Hello, my internet foodie friends. Welcome back to my kitchen. I'm so glad to have you. And if you're new here, my name's Amanda, and I like to cook without recipes and show you a bunch of secrets and tips to get you cooking that way too. Tonight, I'm really excited. It's winter here, but lately I've been doing these summer dishes like the pineapple chicken bowl, and tonight I've got a salmon dish that has some fresh mandarin oranges in it, just to give like that brightness that I'm feeling like I need on these gloomy winter days. So, well, let's get started, all right, guys? Okay, so this should be a really quick cooking up dinner. We're going to start with some baby bok choy. I actually wanted to use fennel in this dish, but they didn't have fennel at the store. So I was like, I still am kind of attached to this dinner tonight. So what can I use instead of fennel? Now, don't get me wrong, baby bok choy and fennel are very different flavors, but the idea behind it is still, you know, a similar kind of concept. I just want a vegetable cooking and put my salmon on top, and then I'm gonna lightly poach it. So I'm gonna turn on my skillet and put some avocado oil down. You could use olive oil or whatever your favorite oil. We just wanna kind of protect the pan. I don't use non-stick. So I already rinsed these off really good, but I'm gonna give it a check. Sometimes dirt gets down in the crevices. And I'm just gonna kind of give it some fairly big chop and put it in here. Make sure they kind of separate. Oh, that one, I'm gonna cut a little bit more because the core didn't really come apart, and I do want this to separate in my skillet. Okay, I'm gonna go down to a medium low. All right, so I apologize for the noise. We're having a porch added to our house, a porch cover, so that we can use our, again, I'm just kind of making sure that there's no dirt that got stuck down in these leaves. Another good way is to cut these pieces and then float them in some water, and then the dirt will settle down. Yeah, we live in the Pacific Northwest where it rains most of the year, so we want to be able to extend our outdoor living space for more of the season. So we're adding a porch to our house. So get this core off a little bit. All right, just kind of separating these out some. Awesome. Add a little bit of salt. And because, like I said, originally I was going to use fennel and they didn't have any. So I happen to have fennel seed somewhere in here. So I have fennel seed. So I'm actually gonna just use a little bit of that instead. And I had this bell pepper left over from actually several dishes, I think. So I'm like, you know, it's getting kind of wrinkly in the fridge. We need to use it up. It'll add a nice bright color to my skillet. So that is good. This little part is getting kind of mushy, so I'm gonna cut that off. And I've got some, yeah, that part's a little soft. Definitely, this was a bell pepper that was like, use it today or throw it out. And so you can cut it whatever shape appeals to you. Again, I got this on kind of low, just giving it a little check because I'm just gonna want this to kind of wilt down a little bit. I don't want it to overcook or start to brown. And I wanna do this fairly quickly because I wanna get the salmon in here and we're gonna like almost kind of poach it. All right, oh my gosh, that fennel smells so good. Okay, where's the end of this? So yeah, the workers have been here all day and they've been fairly quiet, so hopefully I'll be able to do this. They were really loud earlier, but now they're doing more quiet things. Okay, so this is wild caught salmon. And it's not going to fit on my cutting board. I should grab my bigger cutting board. All right, I'm going to use the paper to kind of extend my counter. All right, I'm going to try to cut this in some portion sizes. It's fairly thin. One of these days, I really will get my knife sharpened. All right, I'm gonna wash my hands because I want to season this guy. All right, turn on some lights. Hopefully that helps. I think it might start raining soon. All right, I'm going to add some salt to this fish. I'm just trying to go fast because, and some pepper. I mean, I'm actually cooking my real dinner tonight, guys. I'm out of avocado oil. My kids are going to be leaving for Taekwondo soon, and I want to have them be able to have time to have dinner and digest it before they go to class tonight. There's a piece of the fin on this skin, so I'm going to cut that off. And should not have to hack at my fish like this. My knives are so dull. Okay, so again, this kind of gets skinnier. So I'm gonna cut this to try to make them about equal portion sizes. As this gets thinner, it'll they're not perfectly shaped, but they'll do. All right, oh, look how bright and beautiful that is. Now we're gonna make a sauce. I'm gonna actually turn this off for a minute so we can make our sauce, and then we'll cover it and poach it, and dinner will be fast. All right, so I wanna make up a really quick sauce. I've got some rice wine vinegar and using like a couple tablespoons, and some honey. Oh no, this honey guy is clogged up a little bit. I warmed it up because it was solid, because it's winter here again. And normally I would not microwave my honey, especially my raw honey, but I went ahead and threw him in the microwave for a couple of seconds because I knew I was just using the last of the bottle, and I'm gonna be cooking it anyway. Normally I would not. There's another cool trick that I showed y'all before. What video was that? I forgot. All right, you'll just have to stick around and watch them. This is a microplaner. I recommended this several times, love it. I'm gonna use it to grate some garlic. Oh man, this smells so incredible. Like, I didn't even know how hungry I was until I started smelling all this food. So, with a large microplaner, you gotta be really careful. You can like cut your fingers up really bad, and you can cut yourself on this one too. But as you can see, I'm like rubbing my thumb gently with the garlic, and as long as you're careful, it's fairly safe. And then on the underside, you're not gonna cut yourself. So do that. Let me grab a fork. Well, that's a spoon. And then I'm gonna put some orange juice, and then we're gonna put some slices of orange at the end, but we want to kind of like mimic this flavor. And then this is some ginger. You can use fresh ginger too, of course, but this like squeezed ginger is very handy when you're going fast like I am tonight. Oh, I was like, what is that noise? It's the workers on the other side of this wall in my backyard. Okay, give it a taste. Oh my gosh. I can't even tell you how good that is. Okay, so I'm going to pour it over my salmon so it kind of all gets on the flavor. And then I'm gonna, again, put this back on like medium, I think. And I'm gonna cover it and set a timer for 12 minutes. And then we'll check on it and finish it up. And you can see I've got some rice going in my Instapot to serve alongside with it. And we'll have dinner. All right, guys, it's been about 12 minutes or so. So we're going to open up the skillet and see what we see. So let me show you what we got. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn it off. And we will kind of poke it with a fork a little bit. Oh my gosh, the aroma is in here with the ginger and the garlic and everything, the fennel seeds that I added. So yeah, when salmon pulls apart like that, it's done. And then all this liquid, well, I'll just spoon over the rice and the rice will soak it up and it'll be so good. And to add a little bit of freshness, we're just gonna sprinkle some mandarin orange slices on top. And we'll plate it up and I'll show you a picture at the end. I want to take a moment to thank you so much for spending a little bit of time with me in my kitchen and watching this video. If you would take a moment to hit that free subscribe button, that lets me know that you're enjoying the content. I will see y'all at the next recipe. Bye.